when I'm wrapped up in your love, dancing to my gospel song. Feel blessed, I feel blessed, 'cause your promises are sure. They are yea and amen. Feel blessed, I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David danced. Feel blessed. Let me hear you feel safe, blessed. Feel blessed. Yeah. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David did. Let me hear you say, ooh, Lord. Everybody sing, ooh, Lord, We want on that team, we can, ooh, Lord, You've been so wrong. You got the enemy, shuffle, hearing me. Mommy, don't run from Eddie Dibia. Jao mi konsiwa mojo na manumya shami kirama. Jao mi konsiwa mojo na manumya shami kirama. Enti misuro anajubo bombiara. Misuro anajubo bombiara. Onone makucham. Nyanimu anije Ninu nasina metna. Feel blessed. I feel blessed when I'm wrapped up in your love, dancing to my gospel song. Feel blessed. I feel blessed 'cause your promises are sure. They are yea and amen. Feel blessed. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David danced. Feel blessed. Let me hear you feel safe, blessed. Feel blessed. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. Can dance like David did. We want on that team, we can, ooh, Lord. Blessed. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Namesu eradise wuni mi banko biane mabanke se yanko pana me de me ho matoso. Surely he will deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. And in the name of he who died and rose again, shall you succeed and be blessed. In the name of Jesus. Hallelujah. He had done this in the Most High, Almighty God, creator of the heaven and earth, in the supreme ruler. Blessed. I feel blessed when I'm wrapped up in your love, dancing to my gospel song. Feel blessed. I feel blessed 'cause your promises are sure. They are yea and amen. Feel blessed. I feel blessed when your mantle is upon my life. I can dance like David danced. Feel Let me hear you feel safe, feel blessed. I feel blessed.
Honey, won't you come to bed?
I'll be with you. I'll be with you something.
Come on, let's go to bed too and you're doing this.
Sir? Sweetheart, I think it's getting late. You should come to bed.
Get the best-selling novels, The Deal, and Perfect Couple by Uncle Whyte at 40 Ghana cedis each. Available at all Shell shops, selected bookshops, and total filling stations. For inquiries, call 050-554-6010 or WhatsApp 050-554-6030 for your copies.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. Talking about what goods? Spoiled goods or what? Talking about damaged goods and African politics. Do you remember they used to claim that I brought my children from Ethiopia and dumped on you? Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep it short this time. On your behalf, I'd like to say a big thank you to this gentleman for staging this play. What a splendid performance it was. I kept watching, I kept sneaking looks at Father Campbell, wondering if he was watching all the scenes. Sometimes from over here, I'd see that he'd shut his eyes. But talking about this gentleman, it's true, we haven't met yet. We hadn't met before until a few weeks ago when he was escorted into my office. And he was looking so confident that I had to switch on my board look. He said, what I mean? But the interesting thing is, I have this brilliant, exceptionally brilliant lady in my office. Well, we adopted her not too long ago. In fact, because of that, I met the mother, and I said, go and look for, whoever helped you to father this girl, and let's have some more. I'll adopt them, even though I'm a man who's always after family planning. Is Ellie with us? Get up, get up. Let me introduce you. This lady has won the Ghana debating competition on 2 consecutive occasions and became number 5 in Africa. Yes. She is just special. And when I was standing with this man before we took our seats, this lady then walks in. I'm supposed to be a great hero, Oh, this lady sees this man and suddenly explodes. Why? I've watched every play of yours. I've read all your scripts, your books, and my mother keeps on, making sure that I watch every play that you put on, every discussion you have. I'm always listening. When such a brilliant lady who sees you as a hero, is treating this man this way, then you have to wake up and sit up. So, Mr. Whyte, thank you so much. There was something you said which really impressed me. I remember in 1979, I thought I needed social psychologists, to help me manage situations more than politicians or generals. And when you said something, I thought you had a very good, deep understanding into human nature. And there was an aspect that I didn't think anybody could see through, because they used to talk about how I was being manipulated by these intellectuals, by all these blah, 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 blah. They didn't know that I was using their perception, belief that they were manipulating me to manage them. Yeah, correct. And it shouldn't have been so. But I guess sometimes our prejudices get the better part of us. And we tend disrespecting people. Sometimes that's how some of us relate to women, And we think we're running the show. And yet they are the ones who are managing us, type of thing. Hello, honey. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll keep it short, I said. Thank you. So, on your behalf, I'd like to say a big thank you to the cast as well, and to the supporting crew, and those who came around and did the original singing, and to say a big thank you to the various organizations who also made their contributions. Of course, he's thanked you, but I'd like to thank all of you for coming as well. But talking about it, Whyte, I think it's going to be a full house. When he says that he's sure you all came because of me, I think a good number of you came because of him. Like my lady there. Thank you, Chief.
You can be sure. You can be sure that everyone here is here because of you. And many more. Indeed, the former Chief Justice drove all the way here out of a meeting just to come to see you because she needed to go back. But she said she needed to see you and let you know that she came because of you. And then has asked me to let you know that she was here and will make contact with you. And because so now the family can take cut the cake so we can have some pictures for the family album. Today doesn't seem like a day to do anything. The day after this nation lost the longest serving head of state. If our constitution holds, no one would ever have ruled Ghana longer than him. I'm talking, of course, of the one and only J.J. Rawlings. At Roverman, we were given the privilege and the honor of having a unique evening with him when he celebrated his 70th birthday. When I met him, and if you joined us earlier, you heard him speak about that encounter himself on our platform. He had told his political party, NDC, that for his 70th birthday, all he wanted was to spend the morning in an orphanage with the children. That was all he wanted. So he had forbidden the party from holding any party for him because he didn't want anything. He wanted to go to the orphanage in the morning, and then that is it. But I go to him, and for some strange reason, he takes a liking to me. It was our first encounter, the first time the two of us were meeting, the first time the two of us were talking. It's not the first time I had seen him, because I had served as a zonal leader during the student task force for Zone 7. And so we had encountered him at different levels, but it was the first one-on-one I was having with him. And for some reason, at the end of my interaction with him, he looked down for a while. Later he said, "Chief, I would come. I would come to the show." And he did that day. And what a joy he brought to all of us. It's not just what he said on stage. It is the interaction he had with us at the end. He stayed with us for more than an hour after the show, interacting with some of his guests, with our cast, and with all kinds of people. Politics divides us. In politics, we get the luxury of deciding whether we are for somebody or against somebody, whether we like somebody or we don't. I don't look at politics that way. In the end, I look at the humanity behind the politician. And even though I know that during his rule, yes, especially in the early days, early years, a lot of things might have gone wrong, I also know from my interaction with almost everyone who has ruled Ghana since Liman, that JJ was one of the kindest men you would ever meet, one of the most generous men you would ever meet, a man who cared very deeply. Now, this is what made him different from others. He cared deeply about the ordinary man. We've had other head of states who cared, but they didn't care about the ordinary man. JJ cared about the ordinary man and sought to lift the ordinary man as high as he could. Roverman Productions have lost a friend. This nation has lost a head of state, the longest serving head of state. For many of you watching right now, he is the only head of state you knew growing up. He is the only leader you knew growing up. Your concept of leadership has been formed by him. That is how significant this man is and will continue to be.
My prayers are with the family, with his widow, Nana Kunodu Ajiman. Mama, we wish you our condolences. And to the children, Honorable Ezanato and Asantua and Kimathi, may God sustain and keep you and comfort you in this difficult time. And to all who loved him and cared for him, well, let's celebrate the joy of having had him, the joy of the leadership he provided this nation. And let us pray that when the mantle falls on any of us, we may do just as well as he did, if not better than he did. May his soul rest in peace. We will never forget him. I don't think Ghana will ever forget him. We'll take a break now. I'll need to compose myself, and then I'll be right back with Encore. Thank you for joining us. Well, thank you very much for staying with us. I'm grateful that you could stay with us. Once again, this is a difficult day. It's been a difficult day from yesterday, but it is what it is. I didn't even wear black when my mother died. Anyway, once again, welcome to Encore. The Facebook Live platform on which we discuss all things love, marriage, relationship, sex, and what have you. My name is Ebo Whyte. I'm not MPP, I'm not NDC, I'm Ghana. So don't get it twisted. Today, I'd like us to continue with the questions we were addressing last week. Last week, you sent in some great questions. There's a question I handled, and the young man who sent in the question wasn't too happy with the way I handled it. And so he reached out to me, and I responded to him as well. So I am grateful to him because he was good enough to reach out to me directly. And so it was easier. He could have taken to social media and done a lot of damage. So my brother, thank you very much. That was a good, mature thing you did in reaching to me and saying that. He said, I waited all the afternoon waiting for the answer to that question. And I didn't get the kind of answer I wanted. So, but we have sorted ourselves up. I think we are good. I'm sure he's online now. All right, so, Elijah.
Yes, Uncle.
Did you ever meet JJ?
Yes, I did.
Okay, in what context?
My grandfather was a minister who served under him, Lieutenant Colonel Agbenaza.
Okay, okay.
So when he passed, we had to go
to inform him. And you encountered him?
I encountered him. And then additionally, staying in Zongo Lane and his big park, Rawlings Park,
yeah,
being around Zongo Lane, just a junction away.
Yeah.
We often would see him in town, at least around Mokola.
That's right.
And at that time, Rawlings Park was a nice place to go. It was a good place, a nice waterfall, golden fish, waters and stuff. So it was a pleasant. I encountered a pleasantness from him, the pleasant side of him. So
when you went there, he didn't get you arrested for not eating. I think he should have. He should have ordered you arrest and said, "You young man, why?"
I don't think by then anybody
knew that you had issues with eating. All right. So welcome, Elijah.
Thank
and
you,
Efe, you are welcome. Right. Let's roll now. Elijah, give us the first question and then we go.
Yes, Uncle. Thank you. Uncle, this one is quite a long one, but let's see. Elated texting you, he says, I'm a Christian 22 years old boy who in my entire life has never had sex, neither a genuine girlfriend. My challenge is I was told at age 20 by a prophet of God that I am going to enter into a relationship that I would marry a white woman in the coming years because I would be traveling abroad, according to the prophet. To this, I've been stagnant in choosing a girlfriend, which will possibly lead to any marriage, and this is my problem. Please help me out.
Did he add the name?
No, he didn't.
But he said he's a 22-year-old
Christian.
Okay, Mr. 22-year-old man, I'm afraid I'll not be able to help you because a prophet spoke. No, a prophet spoke. I'm not a prophet. The most I have done with my life is to put up a show for JJ on his 70th birthday. That's the most I've done with my life. No, so it becomes difficult to speak on something. I have a habit. If somebody invokes the name of God on anything, I back out of the discussion. It doesn't matter what the discussion is. Once you say God told me, or God revealed it to me, or God said, I'm out. I'm not one of those people who is going to argue with you to tell you whether it is genuine or not. That is not my place. So, my brother, I'm afraid I will not be able to help you because if it came to you with a prophet speaking, I am not a prophet. The only person on this stage who had the mantle of prophet is Elijah. But he starved himself so much that the anointing is gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone a long time. So, unfortunately, no. And actually, if you look at all the names here, Ebenezer was not a prophet. Kenneth. I mean, Kenneth is not even in the Bible. And then we have Bernard. I mean, there's no prophet called Bernard. No, so I'm sorry. I am making fun of it, but I'm serious that because a prophet spoke to it, I will not be able to speak to this. Okay, let's take your first question.
Okay. Uncle, if your wife is talking plenty, what do you do?
If your wife is talking plenty, what do you do?
Yeah.
Oh, simple. Just listen. And try to find out what has happened. Because women don't talk for talking's sake. If she's talking, as you say, plenty, is there a cause for her to be talking? Maybe you've not been paying attention in the previous times. The previous times when she has called your attention to something, you haven't responded well. Maybe the same issues that have been upsetting her and disappointing her are still continuing. Maybe you are acting as if you really don't quite care. And this is a woman who is getting a little insecure in the relationship and in her place with you. And that is, so she's talking through her pain. Recognize that, honor that, affirm that, and don't say she's talking plenty. You two listen plenty. So maybe that should be the thing, that if your wife is talking plenty, you two listen plenty and do plenty. Respond to the things she's saying. Pay close attention and engage her in those things. And she will not, because you think she's happy complaining and like that. No. So you two listen plenty. That is it. And respect her. And don't dismiss her concerns.
All right.
Elijah,
Yes, Uncle.
you're doing a lot of What's your problem?
Oh, Uncle, no problem. But the point is, you might listen plenty, sir, and then you are then asked. So you won't say anything.
Okay, so let me amend it. Listen actively. It's not listen as if Elijah will listen and say, okay, you talk. Talk, and when you finish, I can go. No. Listen actively. Wait. This point. Listen. That is listening. That is listening, not the male equivalent of crucify me.
Listen.
Yeah, listen. Okay, your question.
I got another one. Anonymous one again. He discovered his girlfriend cheated on him by seeing messages on her phone. He spoke with her and then forgave her, but is apprehensive about any other guy around her. She has assured him, but he's still not really assured. What should he do?
My brother, I don't think you've quite forgiven her. I don't think you've gotten over it. And so that incident is going to haunt you and haunt your relationship in a long time. I suggest that you seek counseling for yourself first and foremost, because she's assuring you, but you don't quite believe it. Unless maybe she continues to manifest some behavior that leaves you always asking questions. It is possible that she may not have ended the thing, even though you've discovered it. Because it is not always that when you are able to stumble upon an affair that your partner will stop. There are times when, whilst they are giving you an assurance that it is nothing, they are still pursuing it. So try and see if you can get help for both of you. But you need it the most. And then maybe if you got a counselor, he'll be able to help you get through to the girl to ascertain whether she's really giving up on this and turn a new leaf, or whether there's an ongoing thing and she's still carrying it on. In which case, you will have a decision to make. And I hope that when you discover that, you will have the boldness to take the right decision. Yep.
Uncle, how do you maintain privacy in your relationship without your partner? Sorry, let me start again. How do you maintain privacy in your relationship without your partner thinking that you're hiding him or her from the world?
Is it a case where maybe you are not introducing your boyfriend to anybody?
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Young lady, it is not for privacy. You are not doing that for privacy. Why are you doing that? Because it has nothing to do with privacy. It has nothing to do with privacy to let people know, oh, that's my boy. We are dating, we're going out. There's nothing public about that. It's not as if you put your relationship out there. So there must be a reason why a lady would decide, I don't want anyone to know that you and I are relating. Normally, when people do that, and it applies for both boys and girls, because the gentlemen also do that, it means there are other options that they are looking at, or they are playing at the same time. They are playing other games at the same time, and therefore, they can't afford for this relationship to become public, for people to know. But generally, letting people know that I have a relationship with so and so is good for both of you. Because then, if there are anything that could haunt you later, somebody may be able to come and tell you. Because if nobody knows you are relating to a serial cheater, nobody will be able to tell you that, watch it. Or the worst thing is, when they come and say, oh, we see you and Elijah, what's going on? So, nothing. Because Elijah has said, tell them there's nothing. And then, then nobody can help you. But it pays for people to know there's a relationship going on, so that if there are any things that anybody knows, they can whisper to you. Two, so that they can also fight for you, so that when people see him or her in some place that is, hey, you, I thought you have this relationship with so and so. Why are you doing this? So it is in your interest to put your relationship, the fact of the relationship, not the details of the relationship, the fact of the relationship out. And whenever somebody tells you that I don't want anyone to know that we are dating, that we are going out, that we have the relationship, you must know something is wrong with the relationship. That person is hiding something. So it's a red flag. As far as I'm concerned. Okay.
Okay, this one says, she says...
Wait. Elsie. No, Effie, give me your perspective on it.
Well, I agree with both of both scenarios, but I feel like there's also a lot of paranoia in our generation. People want to keep everything private because they don't want to fail, and then have to explain that it didn't work out.
Wait. There's a lot of privacy in your generation.
And paranoia.
Paranoia, which makes people hide some of these things.
Yes, especially relationships.
Your generation has this, oh?
Yes, but people...
You put everything out there?
No, actually, there's what people say.
Wait.
There's what we put out, and there's the reality. And so what you put out is often a very well-curated, thought-out image of your life.
Okay.
And then there's your reality. So someone on Instagram is very single, but in... Oh, that's right. But in person, in their personal life, they are in a relationship. And they're not telling people about it because there are naysayers. There are people who will... come to you and it happens to both the guys and the girls. People who will just tell you, don't mess that person up. And then for the rest of the relationship, you're like, hey, then I'm not, how, I hope you didn't get into this relationship because of, And so for those reasons, I think a lot of people don't want to share that they're in a relationship, apart from the two that you mentioned.
Uncle, can I add?
Yeah. Please, educate me.
In our time now, maybe.
Hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant vision just walked into the studio. And so we can't keep her off camera. Bernard, would you please usher Her Royal Highness, the Queen of we don't know where, to believe, put the camera on there as she's ushered to her throne. Elijah, get a fan so that you can be fanning her when she sits down.
Oh, wow.
Abizi, you're okay. Your mic. You're welcome.
Thank you, Uncle.
Explain what you're wearing.
Well,
I mean, what you're wearing outside.
this is a smock.
Uh-huh.
It was my dad's smock.
Okay.
And yesterday being my birthday,
Okay.
I thought about him a lot.
Okay.
And for some weird reason, I thought about him wearing this smock.
Okay.
So I just fished it out and decided to wear it today.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You're welcome. You're looking good in it.
Thank you.
Except that when I saw you in that, I thought you were wearing it for another reason.
Yeah.
Apart from,
Yes. It
apart
also came to my
apart from that
Yes,
other
yeah.
reason, but a belated happy birthday.
Thank you, Uncle.
What did Elijah and Co do for you?
Tra-la-la-la.
Elijah and Co.
Yes.
Oh.
And your fans, because I know Elijah is the chairman of the Abiziga Fans Association.
Oh, they wished.
Oh, and then Andrew.
They wished me well.
Okay.
I had some gifts.
Okay.
Had a lovely dinner.
Okay.
Some
Those are the public things we are putting out. Those are the public things we are putting out.
Oh, Uncle.
Uncle, she didn't come for my invitation for us to go out. So.
Hey.
Or you asked her
Yes.
to come for you to take her out.
She said she wanted to go to a specific place. I said, let's go. She said,
Elijah, do we
No,
need
answer.
to do this now?
yes, we are doing
This
it.
is the reality.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's not quite the reality. Because, because I happen to know of a reality, unless that reality has changed.
The Lord is working, Uncle. Thanks for like
This is the prophet who spoke to that boy and said,
dear.
Anyway, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Elijah, finish your...
Uncle, I was going to add up to what Effie was saying because Uncle, now it's more of people ruin good things. And to a large extent, when people find themselves in relationships, they feel, I'm in this good space. I want to keep this.
Raise your
good
voice a
space.
little because
I mean,
people have complained that they were not
I'm
here.
in this good space, and I
Okay.
want to keep this good space to myself and to my partner or to my friends.
Okay.
But then the moment they go beyond that immediate circle and put it out there, either the partner gets to hear things which probably he has shifted his life focus from, or he also gets to hear things that probably she has also decided that I'm doing away
Okay,
with. And
okay.
then it gets into their ways. Because a lot of friends of mine have suffered breakups to women you say that this person loved this girl. And
Okay.
just because they posted this person out there, and then the girl went out listening to things that the boy has stopped doing completely.
Wow. Okay. I find it ironic though that a generation that puts everything about yourselves, the food you are eating, you can put out a baby the moment
It is born.
it is born out, and that one you can put out.
Yeah. And I'm going to create a account. As I said.
Because you get money from that. People will follow you. And then endorsements. Yes.
Create accounts for pets, dogs.
Yeah.
I was born 66 years too late. because I would have liked to know what kind of account my mother would have opened.
How to descale.
All right, Elijah, give us our next question.
Yes, Uncle. The other one is, okay. Please, how can I be able to have a breakthrough to settle down while my mom refuses to accept due to her not having a successful marriage?
If I understand the question, your mom didn't have a very good marriage, and because of that, she's trying to keep yourself from marrying.
Yeah.
And for fear that you may also have a terrible marriage. I think young people must know that your mother is not all the relations you have. So sometimes use others in the family. Use her own sisters, her brother, and others. So if your mom, if you can't talk through the issue with her, then reach out to somebody else who can help her become a little bit more reasonable. The next thing is, whoever it is in your life, find a subtle way of letting him engage your mom so that over a period of time, your mother will get to know who he is. Because there are situations where when the woman gets to know what kind of a genuine person he is and a good-hearted person he is, she will begin to see the difference between your boy and your father. Play politics in this case. Let's take the next one.
Okay. The next question. Uncle, what is your take on bride price? Are the exorbitant charges really necessary?
What do you mean by exorbitant price? What prices are they charging you now?
I mean, I'm sorry. I've heard. Please.
Yes.
I've heard of things like a number of electronics, so like iPads, mobile phones, and then like vehicles, plus dollars or pounds. Those are the things I've heard. I don't know. I mean, yeah.
Well, no, I haven't heard any of those. Wow. I haven't heard any of those. Let's be clear. Every tribe, every ethnic group has its requirements. Sometimes when you don't know, they bully you. Yeah. But you've got to know it. And don't go yourself. Let somebody who is also elderly, who knows and understands the customs, be the one who goes to the woman's side to ask them, our son says he's coming to marry from your home. What should we do? Then when they are making those unreasonable requests, this person who knows the custom can engage them effectively about this and let them know you are being unreasonable about this. But I think we need to understand the basis for dowries. We should know that it is not a universal system. In some areas, it is the woman who pays the dowry to the man. Yeah. I think that even was the case in England, where if you're a woman, your parents better be rich. Otherwise, you are not going to get anyone to marry, because they are marrying you because of what they are marrying into. And so it is not only in Ghana that we have it, but in other places it is the other way round. Indeed, in another country where the woman's people are the ones who pay the dowry, it has become so bad that families now go to look for the sex of the woman, of the baby in the womb. Yeah. And if it is a girl, they kill it. Because they know that when we bring this girl out, we'll be paying dowry. Sometime we don't want to do it, so they kill the baby. And in one particular country where they are doing this, they've reduced the population of girls so much that boys are not finding girls to marry, and now the rape in that nation has gone way high. Way high. It's a backlash. But let's understand why that custom became even a custom, especially in Ghana. It goes back to the days when we didn't quite understand what marriage was. And we did not understand that marriage was supposed to be a lifelong commitment, that marriage was a companionship and things like that. No. We married for the farm. We married as a way of raising labor for the farm. So we're not marrying a helpmeet. We're not marrying a companion. We're marrying somebody who will take to the farm, who will give us children, who then becomes helpers in the farm. We're marrying somebody, if we're fishermen, who will come to the beach and take the fish we catch and process it and go and sell it and turn it into money and bring to us. So the focus was not on the woman as a wife, as a partner at all. So society decided that we know that you do not really care for our daughter whom we are giving you. You may marry her and not take care of her. So at the offset, please put some things down. Let us have this number of pieces of cloth, because you may never buy her cloth. Let us have the sewing machine, so that if you turn out to be a poor provider, she would be able to use the machine to make a little bit of money. It was an insurance policy to ensure that our daughter does not go into a marriage and suffer unnecessarily. She would have a few things to set herself up in. Now the times have changed. We are not marrying to take you. Our children are not going to the farm to become laborers. The woman is not going to be in the farm to become laborers. So do we still need it? Maybe it's another way of testing whether, are you quite serious about having our daughter? Because, you know, whatever doesn't cost us, we take for granted. So maybe it is important. So having understood the general principle of it, you then get yourself educated about the family you are marrying into, the tribe you are marrying into. Find out what the traditions are, and get someone who understands that tradition to always lead you to go and see the girl's people. And then they can talk. One of my adopted sons was marrying to, you know, these sophisticated, they are sophisticated homes that don't have money.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
no, they are sophisticated homes. No, the old man is gone. There's no money. They never had money. They have name. Everybody thinks, yeah, they've made a name. But money didn't follow the name, you know. But they want everybody to know that over here, we are in a very different class. So the poor boy gets there, and they did not ask for electronic gadgets. They asked for the moon. And then, so he comes very discouraged. I said, no, don't worry. I'm going to see Asimesi. So I pointed him to an elderly man. And I said, go and tell this man your issues. And so he goes to see the man who happened to know the uncle of the girl. So goes to the village and sees the man and says, we're coming to the family on such and such a day. Please make sure you are there. So they set a date where the family was not going to come to officially ask for the items, the list. And so the uncle turns up. And then the father, of course, goes, hey, we want this. No. Where we come from, this is what we ask for. We ask for £1. £1 translated as £1 in colonial government, which was 150 cedis. No, 150 cedis. 1.5 cedis. Do you understand me? Yeah. 1 cedi, 50 pesos. Way back then, is that we asked for £2. And then everything, because that is our culture. And you know, That, so it tells the this is what in Pennyfoy. If you want to do more than that, oh, you are more welcome to do it. But don't do less than this. We are done.
Wow.
I don't even think the girl will be comfortable with that.
I'm sure the guy wouldn't either.
Why wouldn't you be comfortable?
Uncle, sometimes I feel this discussion has gone on within at least a couple of friends and myself, because I always say, oh, whoever's going to get married to me, get ready to buy cows. Because from where I come from and the house I come from, we deal in cows. So we are talking about people saying, hey, Sisi, a cow back here, and then they will convert it. So how many cows am I supposed to buy? I'm like, okay, judging from my grandpa being the chief, and then about 4 or 5. And everybody's like, hey, who will marry you? You know, stuff like that. And you notice that some ladies actually do not want to be paid for, in quotes, cheap. They want it to be expensive. Like, yes. So sometimes I feel like really we are at fault.
Okay.
And sometimes you find the gentleman say, oh, Mipel, I want to marry you. Go and bring me the list. Then she goes to sit down with her mother or her aunties, and they're like, sure say, before it even gets
to the family.
So they'll write this, write that, and they'll be like, well, now you're Bema with Hebra. What do you want? Oh, mommy, a laptop for school. Laptop. And then it goes. So it is what the nuclear family wants. Then they give it to the girl just because the guy didn't say, I'm going to see my family to come see your family.
So the boy hasn't done the right thing. The thing is, engage the family. Let your family, who knows this thing, to go and let them see whether they can look in front in the eyes of your uncle and talk about electronic gadgets. Which of our ancestors use electronic gadgets? They would have to determine. But once we are talking about it, when I was growing up at South, there was a man who did something that for me has spoken to me all this time. The boy comes to the home, and this is a man who had a factory of his own. He was quite well to do. And the guy's people come, and they want the list and things like that. And he tells them, my daughter is precious to me. There's no price on her. Because she's so precious, there is nothing you can bring me or bring the family that comes anywhere near her value. And because of that, I do not want to cheapen my daughter's value by asking you to bring anything. So in the presence of your family, I want them to know that I, the father of this woman whom you say you want to marry, I am giving her to you as someone who is so precious that you and your family do not have what it takes to pay for her. Now go and take good care of her, respect her, and honor the trust I have reposed in you. Go. That's it. Nothing. Don't bring anything. I don't want to cheapen the value of my daughter by asking you for anything. Lest you go and think that you paid for her. I want you to know you. And he was saying this, he said, I want you to know that you and your entire family do not have what it takes to be able to pay for the value of my daughter. I want you to understand that. Go, treat her well. That is all we require. Go, treat her well. And that was it. You don't think that you come again?
Pressure.
It's a better way of dealing with the thing, isn't it?
Everlasting pressure.
Yeah.
But then there's there's less entitlement from both sides. And you have to also respect him enough as well, you know, and live up to that expectation.
So anyway, don't let anybody buy you, unless you have no value. Your value is so cheap that people can pay for it. I think you've got to let people know. I'm marrying you because I love you, but you and your family, you don't have what it takes to pay for my value. You and your family, you and your entire clan, you don't have what it takes to pay for my daughter. So I am entrusting her to you. Just go and treat her as the precious jewel that she is to us. So take it as if we've given you our most precious jewel. Protect it, nourish it, keep it well, and don't mess it up. And I think it's a fantastic way of dealing with it. All right, Elijah.
Uncle, in the things of buying things, well, this guy says, Uncle, she says she loves me. This I know because she buys me stuff I usually don't ask for. Whenever she goes shopping, she asks if I want anything. She gets angry when she hears I have spoken to my ex. She tells me she loves me and is happy when I'm around. But she says she does not want a relationship with me. What does that mean? How do I handle it? Should I just forget she exists? Uncle, I love her too, and she knows I do.
Abizi, help the poor boy. Have you done that to somebody before?
Uncle, if I have, I won't remember.
Okay, today you won't remember. Because yesterday was your birthday, we'll give you that one. Effie, any ideas? I love you, but I don't want to have a relationship with you.
Yes, it comes down to what I always talk about, the different types of love. We're so used to this English love meaning like romantic love. So the minute someone says they love you, you assume if she's a woman, it means she loves me to be in a relationship with me. If he's a man, he loves me to be in a relationship. But there are people you just love as a brother or a sister, truly, or as a friend, a loyal friend that you'll always want around and that you'll always be there for. But I'm not attracted to you. I'm really not. And I think that this is the case of a woman who probably sees a lot of potential in this guy, who thinks he's a great person. Maybe he doesn't have much. And she's like, let me just gift him with this. That could be her love language. Maybe she gives all her friends that way. And you are taking it to mean it's romantic. But she's just saying to you, bro, I'm here for you. And it's not the friend zoning that's like, oh, don't call me when I see you, we'll give each other a high five. It's the real life.
So why is she upset when she gets to know that he has spoken with his ex?
Maybe she's not good for him. Maybe she's simply not good for him. And she has his well-being at heart, really. Sometimes, I think we all go through that. We all have that male friend who has some girl lingering around him like, look, seriously, get that girl out of your system. She's not good for you. And it's funny, the more we show how much we care about a gentleman, even like Effie says, for example, we don't even want a relationship with you. The more we always get it twisted that, I get you up him, sometimes we just really don't fancy you that way. Or it could be the other way. She likes you, she would want to actually be in a relationship with you, but there are some question marks somewhere she's not sure of. Until probably you get your sticks together or your sticks straight, she's not going to be interested at all. But she doesn't want to put herself into the relationship, have to deal with some things, and then what? We call it off?
All right. To all the girls out there, I would like you to understand one thing. When you say you love us and you show that you love us, you must understand that all of us, every boy has a master. The master resides in his groin. When he decides he wants you romantically, we can't say we want you as a friend, Keke. You must understand that one. And so don't come and tell us that, oh, I am just here for you. You are here for me, but my master says, then put a ring on it.
That's so interesting.
And then you are standing there, you are coming on with all these fanciful ideas. What do you mean?
So would it be better for her to just to just separate then? Like, how do...
Okay, let me address the issue. I think Abiziga came very close to it. Young man, she doesn't trust you. She doesn't think she's safe with you. She likes you. She loves you. But the fact that she complains about your ex, it's not necessarily because she's not good for you. It's because you are keeping a link with this girl and it is raising too many questions for her. You claim she's your ex, and yet you are keeping a relationship going with this girl. And she doesn't quite understand what is going on there with you. And so you haven't made yourself trustworthy. That is number one. Number two, my brother, whenever she goes out, she buys stuff for you. When was the last time you went out and bought something for her? Yeah. Because you didn't indicate that. You become the Dead Sea. You receive.
Everything.
You are not giving anything out. And so I'm sure in her sober moments, she's asking, what will life with you be like? Because you are not generous.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, you are not generous.
Yeah.
You are chisel.
Yeah.
But she likes you. And she's fighting herself, hoping that one day, you will listen to a program like this and
The Whyte messenger.
And so, young man, up your game.
Yeah.
Up your game. I think you're taking advantage of the girl's love for you and her kindness and gentleness, and you are becoming lazy. Not only that, you are also surrounding yourself with too many questions. Clean up your life. And when you do, she will move in. But for now, you haven't given her enough to let her know she's safe with you. So, all right. Let's, Effie.
Uncle, would you allow your daughter to become a second wife? And is being a second wife bad?
Hold on. Somebody is asking whether it is wrong to stay close, to stay friends with your ex. I'm saying that would always depend on the current person. If your current woman is uncomfortable with your relationship with your past, kill it. Kill it. Because there's a good reason why the person is your ex. The operative word there is ex. If she's worth your sacrifice, she will not be ex.
Be present.
So you can't sacrifice the woman who now is committing her life to you, for the sake of the person who Abiziga whipped you to leave.
The past can never be the present.
And then continue that relationship and leave this girl wondering what is going on there, what is going on there. It's not worth it. Okay, so please let's go.
Will you allow your daughter to become a second wife? And is being a second wife bad?
Will I allow my daughter to become a second wife? With the kind of daughters I have, I wouldn't have a say. No, I wouldn't have a say. I'll be home when they come and say, Daddy, this is my husband. Then I'll look at the person and say, but you, I thought I was at your wedding 10 years ago. And then my daughter is going to say that, yeah, that's when we even met.
You are doing well.
What am I saying about my daughters?
They are strong wills.
Well-minded.
My. Yeah, no. Some of them may send an email and say, Daddy, please don't get offended, but I've met this guy that I love so much. Oh, but by the way, or they'll finish it and then PS. He's married. Please don't say no.
I feel like it will be in the subject. He's married And so are we.
Wow.
Our society is a polygamous one. Whether it is good or bad, that is the society in which we live. In some contexts, once a man marries you, you may not even have that much of a say as to whether he goes to another woman or not. Do I have any position on it? Would I permit any of my children to do it? My daughters know that I will not dictate to them. I would like to ask, why are you going into this? Is there any particular reason why you're going into this? Have you looked at this? Have you looked at that? Have you looked at that? If after all that they say yes, 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 marry him for me, then in that case, okay, I will respect that decision. And that is all there is to it. I was going to say something else, but I think it will cause trouble. And today we are mourning, so
Let's leave it.
let's leave it there. Pacho, save me with a different question. Let's go to a new question.
Will you go? Oh, okay. There's quite a few.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Uncle. Please, I need your help with this. I'm 26 years and in a relationship with a guy who is 27 years. The problem here is I'm not attracted to him physically, and I don't like our age difference, but he says age is nothing. He's doing well in life as young as he is, and he wants us to settle down. My question is attraction important in a relationship/marriage, and does age difference matter?
The age difference is just 1 year.
Yeah, so basically to her, they're the same age.
So she doesn't like the fact that she's marrying her
Age mate.
peer.
Yes, or
that's
what they say,
fine.
men mature a little
Women
slower.
oh,
So some women would view a man of the same age as a little younger.
Hey.
Some women.
Abizi, you seem to have an issue, so you talk.
Uncle, I agree that women mature quite quickly. But I've also met gentlemen who are probably 2 years younger than I am, 3 years younger than I am. But I wouldn't have even imagined after talking to them or having some sort of a conversation with them. Well, I'm in a comfortable place right now because I don't know them. So I'd say that if she's really bothered about the age, it simply means she's not satisfied with their conversations. She doesn't feel she is talking to, in quotes, a very mature person to be the man in her life and help her make some decisions.
Okay.
Because when a woman meets a gentleman or a guy, we don't necessarily think about the age difference. We just want someone who is mature, someone who will make you think, someone who will make you feel like there's nothing to be afraid of. Because even if I don't have the experience in life, because of my age, I think way ahead of myself.
Okay.
So I can pull both of us through. I don't think it has anything to do with the age, and she has to look at that one deeply.
Read the first line for me, please.
I'm interested in the middle part.
No, okay, if you have it, read the first line.
The first line.
Please, I need your help with this.
Go.
I'm 26 years and in a relationship with a guy who was 27 years.
Okay, full stop. So what are we talking about?
She's considering settling with a guy.
Is that how she's settling or she's leaving?
She's leaving.
She said she's not attracted to him physically.
No, so what are we talking about? So how come there was a relationship?
Yeah.
I don't remember idea. That's what she's saying.
Come again?
I don't remember idea. There are lots of reasons why a lot of ladies go into relationships.
That's right.
Such as?
Oh, probably his finances.
Okay.
Which she mentioned. Yeah, she
Okay.
mentioned that.
His age. And maybe peer pressure. Friends have said, oh, give it a try.
Okay.
Or he just makes her feel comfortable to some level when it comes to gifts and stuff like that.
She doesn't want to be lonely.
Yes, that too.
She's trying to keep up with the Joneses.
That too. She has an age limit, or
That she wants to be married.
Oh, uncle, a lot of reasons.
A lot of
And
reasons.
you see, uncle, take for example, you're you're in the house, and okay, let's say.
Wait.
Yeah.
Dennis the Menace has come on stage.
Can I?
Yeah, you come and sit here small.
And let me talk here small. You see, this boils down to the ultimate question: Do we ever get?
Come
satisfied?
for it.
Do we ever get satisfied? Because it looks like we are always ticking boxes, and we never find everything we want in one person. We always have to compromise and settle. So then the question is: one, are the things we are looking for? One, are they realistic? Are they sensible? Is it now time to assess the things we are looking for, or we should just keep daydreaming and having fairy tales until we find someone who we think ticks most of the boxes, and then we settle for the rest? Are we being greedy in asking these questions? I think it's an issue of more of self-assessment rather than looking for it
projecting it
in the next person. Yeah. Because we'll never find it. Let's look at the questions we're asking and find out if we can answer the same questions about ourselves.
Hanson says the age difference between my wife and I is 1 year. We have been married for the past 12 years. So really, the age difference is no matter like people think. Okay. I believe it all depends on the two of you, and that is Hanson. Hanson, thank you very much. And then, but the question she asked is, does attraction matter? Yes. The answer is yes. And with that, thank you very much for staying with us.
Nesbit had a question.
Come again?
Nesbit.
So many more questions.
Come again?
Nesbit, your favorite guy.
What are you saying?
Nesbit say, uncle, if you love a lady who you want to marry, but the most important people in your life, be it your mom, sis, auntie, brother, dad, uncle, do not like her, what do you do?
Literally.
Nesbit, come back next week for the answer. And since you are the class prefect, you will make sure the class assembles in good time so we can handle it. We can handle that question. Well, with that, I'd like to thank you very much. Before we go, please let me remind you that on Sunday at 6 p.m., we are streaming. Everyone has a secret. Please join us. Those of you who joined us last Sunday, we thank you that you were able to. And if you did, please pass it on to somebody and make sure that somebody else gets the opportunity to watch this fantastic play. Hoping that all of you would join us on Sunday at 6 p.m. Once again, our condolences to the family of the former President J.J. Rawlings. Once again, may his soul rest in peace. And thank you to all of you for joining us today. God bless you and stay blessed.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. Talking about what goods? Spoiled goods or what? Talking about damaged goods and African politics. Do you remember they used to claim that I brought my children from Ethiopia and dumped on you? Ladies and gentlemen, let's keep it short this time. On your behalf, I'd like to say a big thank you to this gentleman for staging this play. What a splendid performance it was. I kept watching, I kept sneaking looks at Father Campbell, wondering if he was watching all the scenes. Sometimes from over here, I'd see that he'd shut his eyes. But talking about this gentleman, it's true, we haven't met yet. We hadn't met before until a few weeks ago when he was escorted into my office. And there he was looking so confident. that I had to switch on my board. Look, is what I mean? But the interesting thing is,